Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem El Shai Bashem Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, You Hebrew Israelites Don't Belong in the Land, and other topics of importance. Anyway, I was putting some precepts together. I put together maybe, I'm going to bring it up real quick, 4 precepts, and there was a lot of precepts coming to my mind, and there was a lot of precepts that would lead me to other precepts. And so I said I stopped it at 4 because I'm going to read verses within each of the precepts. But I just want to open with this. Well, there's a couple of things I can open with. Yeah, let me open with this. This is a short. Matter of fact, let me get this precept up. 2 Peter. And this place is done. This place is done. The Most High got that fork ready to stick it in. You know when you cook chicken or certain meats, you can put the thermometer. Edomites will put a thermometer in. Jake will put a fork in there, like chicken. When if you cook chicken, baked chicken, let's say, fried chicken, whatever. I'm just using this particular meat as an example. You know that it's done when you stick a fork in it, and when you pull the fork, it comes clean out. If you stick the fork in the chicken, the meatiest part of the chicken, and you pick up the fork and the chicken comes up with the fork, it's not done. So you may leave it in there for another 20 minutes. And they also say when the liquid flows clear, like if you cook, you kind of know when something is done. But like I said, you stick a fork. Like they say, meat should be cooked to 165, I think it's 64, 65 degrees internal temperature. Well, Jake don't need they stick it in there because they like stuff over, well done. We like everything well done. A true Edomite doesn't like stuff well done. But anyway, so let me go to 2 Peter 2. I believe it starts at the 6th verse. I'm going to read in the King James. It says in the headings, the rise of false prophets. Because now you got a lot of false prophets. All these years of the former One Westers pretty much taking over the YouTube platform and other platforms, but mainly YouTube. Recently, in the last 6 months, 2 years or so, you got a lot of people coming out with the Israelite thing with their own. You got the Yah, we call them the Yah Israelites. We got we also call certain of them the Flea Doctrine Israelites. Esau, it's not the white man doctrine, which they're false prophets. So this is just a counter to us bringing out this truth. And a lot of them are paid off. Now, what happened to the ICGJC? They're non-existent. They don't even exist. It's just a local church with a bunch of zombies up in there. There ain't nothing happening there. Ain't nothing happening there. Ain't nobody talking about them. They might have a few. They've been off YouTube for years and they're trying to come back, but they're still teaching that Roman Catholic doctrine. We already know what happened behind the doors the proverbial door with Tazadakia. High Priest Ariel is retired. He don't even come around no more, according to what I believe. High Priest Shaw is retired. So you got them young bucks running this stuff, and it's madness. Yeah, the spirit is not with the ICGJC, period. Okay? The spirit is with the former One Westers that are kicking ass on YouTube, you know. I'll even put in IUIC, ISBK, and the other Askari and them. They're pushing out Israel, but they don't teach the whole truth. They go off on certain things. They might 95% of what they teach is correct, but they go off on certain things. Like the hell doctrine, you know, I just recently found out, maybe 6 months ago or so, that the IUIC teaches that there's an actual place that you burn in hell, an actual, I'm not going to say physical place, a spiritual place that your body burns in hell forever, and also includes Israelites being, so the majority of the Israelites, 2/3 are going to burn in hell forever. So your mom is going to burn, your father's going to burn, your kids are going to burn, your aunties are going to burn, your favorite uncle's going to burn, your sisters, your brothers, everybody in your family. Because what does it say in Jeremiah 3? One of a city and two of a family. So your family, close relatives they're all going to burn in hell. Your aunties, your uncles, your nephews, your cousins, your mothers, your fathers, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, your grandchildren, your sons, your daughters, they're going to burn in hell. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. There's nowhere in the Old Testament, I did a video previously, and I asked the question, there's no description of the spiritual hell nowhere in the Old Testament. And in the New Testament, it's written one time in Luke 16, and that's clearly a parable. So, you know, you got IUIC, which I was like, what? Clearly going off. And you had, and I got to mention again, but he was formerly High Priest Kazak. I don't know what his title is now. He came on a couple of platforms. The last one was on Killer Priest, where Killer Priest used to be part of my camp. He's ashamed of the fact that he's an Israelite. He ain't telling people, well, I'm an Israelite. So, Kazak, High Priest Kazak, whatever his title is now, he said that the 12 tribes is wrong. Then he said that there's an actual hell, and even the demons are scared to go to hell. Most High's not dealing with him. He doesn't have 100% truth. He knows he's an Israelite, but he doesn't agree with the tribes. I believe he said Dan should be on the tribe, and well, he did say Dan. He said Dan should be on the tribe, but Dan should be on the chart. And the King David thing, he don't believe that Moses, King David, what was well known that everybody knew. He couldn't say, well, I didn't know. I never was there when they said that he was king. Didn't know. That's bullshit. We had many sit-downs and councils on that. And people that didn't want to see the fact that he was King David got kicked out of school. Now, I'm going to say this. None of these One Westers, they can correct me if I'm wrong. Bishop Nathaniel doesn't believe Mashar is King David. General Yohana doesn't believe Mashar is King David. You can come and tell me you don't. Nope, I do believe that. No, you're wrong. So I'll apologize. I don't know about Priest Daniela and AOC and Priest Sabak and the other former One Westers, but it's a shambles, man. You know, each of these different. You got the nerve to have a unity camp where you got, you know, one camp teaching one thing about certain things and the other teaching another thing. Like, for example, I think you recently had a unity camp with Wi-Fi and Sakari. Now, if one of the guys from Wi-Fi is teaching and somebody asks a question about the MOTB, and the guy says, whatever they say it is, it's an embargo, whatever the hell they say it is, it's the Roman Catholic institution. Now it's up to the people in Sakari to say, no, that's wrong. Because guess what? When you're out there teaching the gospel, you have to what? You have to defend the gospel. So if anybody jumps up, we got a unity camp against GMS and IUIC. One of the members of IUIC gets up. We're trying to show brotherhood. We've been listening to your comments. Your brothers all got to get together in love. Okay, we're going to get together in love. One guy from IUIC gets up. He starts going into the hell doctrine, saying that you're going to burn forever. And the Israelites going to burn. And I'm sitting there. That means the Most High ain't dealing with me if I don't say nothing. Because I'm supposed to defend the gospel. I'm supposed to say, wait a minute, brother. No. No, you going off. And see, you can't be politically correct and spiritually correct. That's a topic right there. You can't be politically correct and spiritually correct. What I mean by that is, like, in politically correct, you gotta use choice words, and you gotta use tact. Hey, this truth, you're supposed to come out straight with it. Look, you going when so-called white people come up and they watch certain videos, and they'll come with their Gentile list, and what about the heathens and the Greeks, and what is that? Galatians 3:28, whatever, 28, 29. You can't say, well, let me be politically correct. No, you got to say that the Greeks are talking about Israelites. The Gentiles are talking about Israelites. That always comes up. Anytime a Christian comes up, they got the John 3:16, which they don't understand that because they don't go into the Hebrew and the Greek. They don't understand the meaning of the word etymology. So you got to defend the gospel. So that kills that unity camp. The only unity camp is a camp. All GMS get together. That's a unity camp, right? If some GMS brothers or elders or whatever come from out of town and they in New York or whatever, and they get with us, that's a unity camp. Ain't no Wi-Fi. So can you imagine Wi-Fi, Sakari, and GMS and IUIC as a super unity camp? That would be madness and confusion. And you would have to, look, brother, let's be politically correct and spiritually correct. If a brother says something that's going on, just have tact and don't say, no. I'm going to say, no, or walk away. Walk the F away. Anyway, please forgive me for ranting. It says the rise of the false prophets. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you even today. Now, this is the point that I want. So this applies to Babylon the Great, the U.S. Babylon the Great will suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah. Babylon the Great will suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah. But this time, the missiles are already made. The fire and brimstone are already in the missiles. This place is definitely going down by fire. And that's what salvation is all about. When the scriptures speak about salvation, the Israelite being saved, it's talking about saved from America. If you're an Israelite living in Africa, you're good. And any other place, a neutral place, it's not going to be. The place that's going to be hit is Babylon the Great. So the salvation is going to apply to who? The Israelites that know that they're the Israelites and accept Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says here, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. This place is a place of the ungodly. I mean, you can just do a subject on the ungodly. Let's pull out some words. Let's pull out ensample. Why did the Most High destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? It was major 5 cities. The two major cities was Sodom and Gomorrah. Why did the Most High destroy them that way? Because they were, it really had false gods and so forth, but really it was the thing, the alphabet. They were doing the alphabet thing. The first alphabet people were Canaanites. Because I'm positive, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah and the five cities in all were Canaanites. That's a foul spirit. Okay, so let me look up the word ensample. Pattern ensample. It also means example. John 3:15. For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you. So it keeps saying example. So ensample is another way of saying example. So the Most High gave you an example. Don't be like Sodom and Gomorrah. Let me try something. Damn it. Come on now. Okay, so it didn't show me anything in the Old Testament because Sodom and Gomorrah, I believe Gomorrah is written differently. Matthew 10 verse 15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah and the day of judgment than for that city. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner giving themselves over to fornication. That's talking about adultery and the whole nine, the alphabet crew, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. The eternal fire represents Babylon being on fire. I'm not talking about some underground hell. So now let me do this. Jeremiah 50. Okay. In the New Testament, there's a A behind the H. Okay, this is one time, and the Most High overthrew Sodom. This is talking about Babylon being destroyed. It says, and the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So fire is going to rain down on this place and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. That includes the NATO nations. They shall hold the bow and lance. I don't got to read no more. This is talking about thermonuclear ICBM attack, thermonuclear destruction. The king of Babylon, which is, it says, the king of Babylon hath heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. And I believe that's Nero coming back, Trump coming back. He's the king of Babylon. I don't see Biden coming back in there. Anguish took hold. He gonna beat Nikki. Nikki's done. Nikki ain't fine no more, if you know what I mean. Anguish took hold of him, the king of Babylon, and pangs as of a woman in travail. He gonna bitch up. He gonna throw up on himself. He gonna shit on himself. He gonna piss on himself. And he'll probably be here. I don't think he's not on the high. He's not a super elite. So he'll be here, man. He'll be here to go down with the ship. But he gonna shit on himself. He gonna pee on himself. He gonna throw up. He gonna sob. He gonna cry. So let's pray that he become, the dude. He gotta be. I don't see this guy. I don't see Biden becoming the president. And this dude, he's pretty much a couple of days, he'll be the nominee for the Republican Party president. And this dude got 91 felony charges against him. What's that all about? So let me go to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, wow. Sodom is written almost 100 times. Verse also in Jeremiah, Isaiah 13. Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. So the main precept that I went to was Peter, 2 Peter 2 verse 6. So in Peter was telling the people, if you do like Sodom and Gomorrah did, you're going to get, fire is going to rain on you. So now, let me give you this. I'll leave this in the description box. It says military dad sees transitioned son for first time. And let me, you know what, I don't want to play it. But if you're going to, this guy, he's been in the military. He had his son, and my son's going to be in the military. He's going to be a this and that. He's going to play football. You had all these dreams and aspirations for your son. Let me see something. I don't want to play it. Man, but this guy, this dude damn near had a heart attack. And his son looked like a damn woman. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box. If I forget, if I forget, bear me for a minute. Just put military dad sees transitioned son for first time. And this is on the Dr. Phil show. And I don't know the exact number because you got people that are still down low in the closet, so to speak. And that's big among Jake too. A lot of these dudes that you see that got beards, that got tattoos, that go to the gym, that got muscles, that talk rough, a lot of them go both ways. A lot of them are them down low boys. That's why you shouldn't be cool with Jake in the world. Just be cool with brothers in Israel, man. The same go with you sisters. Don't be cool with people in the world. But now check this out. And I'm going to go into the word fornication, Revelation 17:4 again. Now check this out, man. I don't got to read this. I don't got to read this. Let's just say Trump is with it. Trump ain't got no problem with it. And remember what he said recently. He gonna fight against the CBDC. No, he ain't. He gonna reverse himself. Trust me. If he becomes king of Babylon, which I believe he's gonna become king of Babylon. He's the one that's gonna be shitting in his pants and throwing up on himself and quivering and sobbing like a woman that sobs, or the labor pain, birth pains. He's got the flag. 7 years ago, 6 years ago. So now let me go on to and I went into this before. I'm sorry, I got to go back. Then I'm going to give you the precepts that I put together. Revelation 17 again. And the woman, which we know what the woman represents. And you're going to have the king of the woman, which is, I believe, is Nero, a.k.a. Trump, was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of a fornication. You got Bishop Nate recently to counteract what we're saying, that this goes hand in hand with Revelation 13. It does not. It has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with Revelation 13 and 16. That's what John saw in the vision. He saw a fine ass woman that he had admired. He was lusted after. Super built woman with all kind of gold and purple and scarlet and pearls and so forth, with a golden cup. So what did that represent? That represents this right here. That represents this, the king of Babylon. He got no problem with it. And I said this in previous videos, that the U.S. was trying to sway, I believe it was Ghana, but there's other West African, the people of the West Africa are mostly Israelites, man. I believe it was a Ghanaian government, the parliament, the Congress, whatever they call them, and the president, they was like, no, we ain't with that happy stuff. We ain't with that alphabet stuff. So certain of those countries in West Africa, they'll either put the penalty as death or imprisonment for life. So Kamala Harris went over there trying to get them to change their mind with a checkbook, millions of dollars in it. And they was like, nah, we ain't having it. So what did they do? They demonized them for not respecting the rights of alphabet people. But at the same time, this guy that I see going to be the president, what is he going to, is he going to swear in on the Quran? Is he going to swear in on the Enuma Elish, the Epic of Gilgamesh or Gilgamesh Epic. Is he going to swear on that? No, he's going to swear on the Bible, which the scriptures say swear not on anything. So these people are complete hypocrites. They speak out of both sides of their mouth. Gad called them forked tongue. They speak with forked tongue, meaning they say one thing and do something else. Then they say, oh, we never said that. In them wars, they don't tell you that. Them wars, Esau lost a lot of wars to Gad and Reuben. But they don't tell you that in the history because it's going to make them look bad. There's a video. Let me do this. Right, the Spirit leads us. Yep. If you go off, that means the Spirit led you out of here. Like Mr. Waters, I believe his name was Mr. Waters. You're going to be up out of here. Okay, so this video just popped up. I didn't get a chance to see it. But there's this movie, critically acclaimed movie, entitled Killers of the Flower Moons, shows how Esau robbed Gad. So I might sit down and, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me click on this. Let you listen to a little bit of it.
All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Here on the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, as well as the mixed multitude of men, women, and children. Again, this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And this lesson was inspired by this movie right here. This is the picture of the director of this movie called Killers of the Flower Moon. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro. I'm not sure this Indian woman named Leonardo DiCaprio. Right?
I don't know her name either, but I know she's fine. I know she's fine. Good them legs. Yeah, Jake is leg man. We're every man. What I mean was we like everything. You know, the legs, the thighs, all that stuff. All right.
This Gadite woman right here, you know, and which, oh shit, all of these are Jakes right here. You know what I mean? But what inspired this lesson was a scene from this movie that I'm watching, right? And I know brothers that already watched it. It's a real good movie already, you know, and it shows you how Esau manipulated Jake out of their wealth. You know, how they swindled the so-called Negroes, in chiefly the Native Americans, you know, which are the tribe of Gad. You know, these are our people, you know, and I'm glad that this movie kind of like shines light on it, because normally whenever you hear the narrative of so-called Native American people, which are the Israelites of the tribe of Gad, Reuben, and Issachar, but mainly the tribe of Gad here in North America, you know, it always starts with the immediate oppression, you know, that Esau brought on Jake, meaning the violent oppression, you know, from Andrew Jackson, the so-called Indian killer, to the displacement of our brothers and sisters through something called the Trail of Tears, you know, which killed millions of our people. And
there was pregnant women, and they had to deal with the cold, changes of the weather, the harsh conditions. You had babies, infants, newborn babies, toddlers, women that were pregnant. A lot of them died on the way back. That's a harsh, you know, thing that this devil did. And that was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Andrew Jackson, which he's known. We call him the Indian killer. All right. So all these Christians, these wacky tacky Christians that think they're gonna make it if they're Edomites, no, you're going into captivity, and it's gonna be harsh for you. Day one, Let me tell you something. Day one is you're gonna catch some real hell, and then it's all uphill from there. You're gonna catch hell, as you never imagine it, and it's gonna be all uphill. When it says in Revelation, torment day and night, meaning you're gonna get fucked up day and night. You ain't gonna be getting no good night's sleep. You're gonna dream about a good. Well, you gotta fall asleep to dream, so you ain't gonna be able to dream. You're just gonna be catching hell for 1,000 years, and then you're gonna be gathered together and burnt. And ain't no goddamn Gog and Magog gonna sneak around. Oh, let's escape. Now we can attack the Israelites. I'm gonna show you that in a few the list of scriptures that I put together. That after the kingdom is set up, ain't no nation gonna come against us. So Bishop Nathaniel is going off again.
Had to walk from the East Coast all the way to the middle of America, which is in Oklahoma, and it was a terrible trek. And it's crazy because real quick, let me start off with this precept right here.
Oh, by the way, Apostle Ricard is a Reubenite, but he used to say he was a Gadite. And I checked his spirit, and our spirit said he's not a Gadite, he's a Reubenite. And we were doing the Sabbath service. We were doing it every week, and if you remember, everybody had to. The members, they had to lead the service. So if you was in this thing for 6 months in a year, you had to lead this. This is your week to lead the service. Lead the service, okay? So Apostle Ricard came up and he said, Ricard Bun God, Bun Yashar Allah. And I looked at him, I said, nope, you're not a Gadite. He said, what you mean, Tom, I'm not a Gadite? I said, you're not a Gadite. He said, my father's a Gadite. He's a Gadite. I said, you're not a Gadite. You're a Reubenite. And he got mad. And then I'll say the Spirit's working with me, brother. I said, you're not a Gadite. You're a Reubenite. Then the next week, he didn't say nothing. Then he came up, and then he said, Ricard Bun Ra'ah Bun. Then I started laughing, right? And he did some research. His father from Oklahoma. And he said, well, Gadites lived in Oklahoma. But the Trail of Tears was for the most part Reubenites. So you can go read it. You can go to Trail of Tears. You can get all the information. Those are Reubenites, mainly out of Florida, hiking to Oklahoma. Like I said, you can find out how long it took, how many miles, how many people died, how many people survived. So they were not Gadites. They were Reubenites. So let's keep going.
Because we're all in captivity under this man. What is this? Jeremiah. It's the book of Jeremiah. Okay, Jeremiah. Let's see. It might be 50.
Okay, you can watch the rest of this. But anyway, how do we know that this place is Babylon, and this place is going to be destroyed by fire raining down on it, like as Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed? Because they did this. Look at this guy. He wants to have a heart attack, man. See, if you was a real man, you would have did your son in. That's why when you deal, there's certain laws that you break, that there's automatic, you're summarily put to death. Adultery, you're summarily put to death. This alphabet thing, you're just summarily put to death. You have a hard-headed son. Well, now you have hard-headed daughters. These nigger women are worse than the Negro men. They're animals. They're straight up animals, man. Like Hillary Clinton. Inside joke. Hillary Clinton said, we got to do something about these super predators. And they got on her about that. She told the truth. They are super predators. In New York City, these niggas are so crazy, they jump in police officers with uniform and all that. They super predators, man. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Let me, and I'm kind of long. Please forgive me. Okay, where is it? Okay, the title of the video, I said that you, Jake, shouldn't be in the land of Israel. Why shouldn't you be in the land of Israel? Because now that you're in Damona and you're citizens, they accepted you in. Guess what? You got to fight in this war. The Cushites, the Philistines, they're police officers, and they got to fight in that war. And I guarantee they're going to put a lot of y'all in the front line. And when they show you on the news, they just show you the Edomite looking ones that he got put to death and he got put to no. There's a lot of Jake fighting. So it was stupid for you to go to that land of Israel. You ain't got no business being in the land of Israel. So anyway, this right here is Meet Tal Mitnick, first Israeli jailed for refusing military service in revenge war on Gaza. And you can listen to it. This is on Democracy Now! This was put up 4 days ago. And he basically says pretty much it's unjust war. Here he is again. Same guy. Because you got Israelis over there that's not with this, man. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't notice. It said jailed. Same story. The same guy. British doctor on witnessing Israelis' destruction of Gaza. So you got their own people, the citizens of Palestine, of Israel. They're against this, man. Come to the States. You got a lot of protests where you got Israelis or so-called that are against the war, man. And they're calling it a genocide. So this video right here led me to do this video, and the main part of this topic is what? Jake shouldn't be in the land. See that thing with GOCC, with the flea doctrine? Who were the ones that came up against him with the flea doctrine? It was GMS. Anytime you guys, we're the conscience of the rest of Israel, man. Name me one group, a former One Wester or a grandson of the One Westers. You know what I mean by that is GMS is part of One West. Sakari came up under us, so by default they're part of One West because they're teaching the One West doctrine. Name me any One West group that broke off that came up against the GOCC about the flea doctrine. Could be one, but we were the main ones. If any of y'all did that, we were the main ones. We did countless videos on GOCC saying you ain't got no business being over there, setting up this thing called the flea doctrine. And the people didn't listen to us. And a lot of them went out there and they got stranded out there in Egypt. And guess what? When they worked their way back to America, they don't want to have nothing to do with Israel no more. So let me go to these precepts and then I'm going to close. Ezekiel 37 verse 20. From the 20th verse to the end. And the sticks where we start from the 16th verse, talking about the tribes. The fulfillment of the 12 tribe signs is now. And the sticks there whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh, Behold, I will take the sons of Israel from among the heathen, because we're scattered among the heathen. Some of us look like the heathen. Whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And ultimately all Israel is going to come back. The ones that die, they're going to come back through us. They're not going to go burn in hell forever, because there's no such thing as eternal hell for the spirit. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Yasha'ala. Those those people those people over there in the land of Israel, where's all the tribes at? They only refer to themselves as Jews, and every once in a while, some of them say I'm Levi. They don't say Benjamin. They don't say Gad. None of the other tribes. So we know that they're not the people. Now I found a picture here. Give me a second. Okay, it's right here. Okay, you see this Benjamin Netanyahu? I'm sorry. Let me get a better picture. Well, you guess guy got a beard, but none of these guys are sitting at the table. None of them have beards. They don't have fringes on. They got suits. They're Europeans. They're Edomites. Get another picture. Hey, look at this. He got a little half a beard, lined up beard, no beard, no beard, no beard, no beard, no beard, no beard. Where's the garments? There is the Hebrew garments. Where's the fringes? This is a secular government, man. That's why it receives billions and billions, and I don't know, I can't tell you how many billions, but the U.S. supplied them with billions and billions. In the military, they got one of the finest military forces on the planet. They got the special forces there. I mean, they top notch. But they got it from where? From the U.S., from Babylon. So this place is going to be blasted out too. And these are the ones that's going to lead Babylon the Great into the war of Armageddon. And something's going to happen. We don't know exactly what, but you got to keep your eyes open with NATO and the EU turning their back on Babylon the Great and ultimately shooting missiles upon them as well. So now let me come back to here. And I will make them one nation in the land of the mountains of Israel, king to them all. It says, and one king shall be king to them all. That's King David, meaning the physical king. When General Yohanan says, I'm second only to the Messiah, what he's saying is he's King David. Because the second in command under Yeshua, under the Messiah on the earth, is King David. So, in a roundabout way, General Yohanan is saying that he's King David. So if you saw him, you say, are you saying that you're King David? Now he may say no. He's nah, but I'm the second. Well, the second in command is King David. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall there be divided, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, meaning committing sin. That means all of us, the ones that died, the ones that died in wickedness, all of us is coming back. The ones that make it are the elect. We're going to bring back the rest of Israel through us, through our seed. So ain't not one Israelite going to burn in hell, because there's no such thing as a hell. Nor with any of their transgressions, sins, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them. He will cleanse. We ain't going to cleanse. You got IUIC, you keep the laws. The Apostle Paul told them you don't got to keep all the laws. The ones that he got on as far as keeping the laws were the ones that were born as Israelites in the land. What do you think he meant when he said, "Thou foolish, you foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you"? In Galatians 3, because they were pushing on them Israelites that was raised as Israel said, "No, you got to keep the law. You got to keep the law." No, it's not about keeping the law. It's about keeping certain laws. Don't commit adultery. Don't eat meat with blood, and so forth. That's in Acts 15. So we don't push nobody to be keeping the laws, but when you start coming in and you grow, you start to keep the laws. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. The Davidic kingdom, and David, actual David, my certain. Now people say, I believe it's the Jehovah's Witness. Well, David is really the Jesus. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd, meaning the physical shepherd, King David, which is Peter. They shall also walk in my judgments, keep the laws, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob, my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their sons sons forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever. Meaning, David's not going to die and another king take his place. We're going to live forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant. Wait a minute, this is in the kingdom now. We're not in the fullness of the covenant. We're in the fulfillment of the covenant when Yahushua died on the cross and was risen. That part of the covenant was fulfilled. In order for the Most High to make the new covenant, he had to have that mediator, which is his Son and the Spirit. So the fulfillment of the new covenant is going to start with the change. But when we get back into our land, we have children, and they come up under the law, and we build a thing. That's when the covenant, because when you're born, you're going to come up under that covenant. Really, you're going to come up under the covenant when you're 12 years old. That's when you really become a man. Bar mitzvah, which means a son of the covenant. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. So you have an argument with Sakari and GMS, but I believe there's going to be an actual building up to a building too. But the Most High, the Spirit is going to be. We're going to be open to the Spirit. So we'll see. Now, is there a big? Hey, look, High Priest Ariah and High Priest Jacob, his father, they had disagreements. I'm gonna give you one disagreement. Did that make one of them not have the truth? I believe it was Ariah that said, after the Edomites are destroyed, burnt up, Obadiah 1:18, the Spirit's going to come back through other nations, or maybe one nation. They might come back as Canaanites or something. They're not going to come back as Israelites. And Jacob said, nope, they're going to be done away with. We ain't going. So that was an argument that they had between each other. So that didn't mean, oh, we got to kick Jacob out the school, or we got to kick Ariah out the school. No. What does 1 Corinthians 13 say about the dark glass? My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yeah, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Now, if the Spirit, that's also in Revelation 21. If the Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is going to be with us, how in the hell is Gog and Magog going to come and try to attack us? And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, all the Israelites, the 1/3 and the 2/3. The 1/3 is going to make it, the 2/3 is going to come back to us. None of them are going to burn in hell. Well, my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. So in other words, we're going to be open, connected to the Most High. Ezekiel 36, verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you because we're dirty. The Most High got to change in a moment, in a twinkling eye, at the last trump. 1 Corinthians 15, starting from about the 50th verse. And ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also. Why do we sin? Because the Most High programmed us to sin. The Most High gave us a stony heart. That's why the Apostle Paul said what he said in Romans 7. It's not me that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. And a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, meaning you're going to be programmed to keep the laws perfectly, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. That's the new covenant. We're not in the full fulfillment of the new covenant. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. That's talking about your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunts, your nephews, your cousins, your sons, your daughters, your sons, your daughters, your granddaughters, your grandsons, your great-grandsons, your great-granddaughters, your distant relatives, if they're Israelites. I will also save you from all your uncleanness. So we're still unclean. Look, there's no way you can keep the laws. When you come into this thing, you keep the laws to the best of your ability. What is that? Judges 5 and 11, I believe. In the land of drawing waters, there you shall rehearse the righteous act. What does it mean to rehearse? Now, the actual word there is recount, meaning you're going to keep the laws to the best of your ability. It's a rehearsal, dress rehearsal. It says, and I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you. Not going to be any famines. And I will multiply the fruit of thy trees. Let me jump here. You can read this. Then shall ye remember your own evil ways. That's all of y'all. I don't care if it's Peter, Paul, all of y'all. And even Yahushua did evil because he was Solomon. And your doings that were not good, meaning you were breaking the laws, and shall loathe yourself in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations. Not for your sakes do I this, saith Yahweh the Most High. Be it known unto you, be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of Israel. That applies to all of us. And scripture saying, and John said, if you say that you are without sin, you are a liar. It says, thus saith the Lord power, in the day that I shall have cleansed you. So if anybody says I'm perfect, I don't break no law, you're a goddamn liar. You's a liar. You from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the waste shall be built. Right, because this place is going to be leveled. Israel is going to be leveled. And the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden. Ain't talking about Babylon the Great. It's talking about Palestine, because that Israel, because it's going to be leveled. And the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited, because they're going to be inhabited by the true people. And the land that they're in is only a part of the land. The land that was promised to us with the vision that Abraham received in Genesis 15 was from the Euphrates all the way through to, from the Nile all the way through to the from the east of the Nile, going through the Red Sea, through Saudi Arabia, all the way up into Euphrates. That whole region right there is our land. So these people that say they ain't got the whole land. They ain't set up in Saudi Arabia. They ain't set up in Kuwait. They ain't set up in Iraq in that area. It says, then the heathen, other nations that are left around you, shall know that I am Yahweh, that I Yahweh built the ruined places and plant that was desolate. I Yahweh has spoken it, and I will do it. It says, let me see, I will increase them with men like a flock, as a holy flock. We are the flock of his Passover men, as a flock of Jerusalem in her solemn feast. I'm almost finished. Bear with me for a couple minutes. In those days, the house of Yahweh shall walk with the house of Yasha'Allah, which that's not happening over there in the land. Where's the tribe of Gad? Where's the tribe of Issachar? Where's the tribe of Naphtali? Where's the tribe of Asher? Where's the tribe of Reuben? Where's the tribe of Ephraim? Where's the tribe of Manasseh? And they shall come together out of the land of the north. That's talking about the elect coming out of Babylon the Great, to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. I'm not going to read the rest of this. This is a beautiful chapter, Jeremiah 3. Zechariah 14, and I'm going to close on this. But it shall be one day with which shall be known to Yahweh, not day nor night. That's when the missiles hit. That's what the sky's going to look like. Sky is going to be bright, then it's going to turn black, then it's going to be bright again, and those are the missiles, the fire from the missiles. But it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. That's the missiles covering the sky. And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be. The Most High will be king over all, and Yahweh shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, one Yahweh, and his name one. And he gave his name to Moses. He said, this is my name forever. So you ain't going to get no new name from Yahweh. Shai ain't going to give you a new name, and Yahweh's not going to give you a new name. All the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place, from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and now the gates represent Israel, but it also represents a place spoken about in Revelation 21, in the east 3 gate and the west 3 gate, and from the tower of Hananel unto the king's wine presses. '11th verse. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction. The men are talking about the Israelite men, women, and children. But Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, shall be safely inhabited. So 1,000 years in the kingdom, Gog and Magog is not going to come attack us. So Bishop Nate need to fucking stop that bullshit. Now it says pretty much the same thing. Let me do this. Let me go to the NLT. Then I'm going to close. And Jerusalem will be filled, safe at last, never again to be cursed and destroyed. So that kills that nonsense about Gog and Magog is going to regroup after 1,000 years in the kingdom. It shall be inhabited, never again will it be destroyed. Jerusalem will be secure. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.